Now the functions play a very important role in every programming languages. So the function minimize the workload of the developer and break down the work into different pieces. So let's get started learning the functions. Before I'm going to teach you about how to write functions, so first learn why we need functions. Okay, what is the benefit of functions? So let's suppose you want to calculate an average of 5 numbers. So you write numbers and add them and divide by the total numbers, right? So you get the average. But what if you write the average of 10 numbers or 15 numbers? This will take some time, 1 minute or less than 1 minute, or so this is a time consuming, right? So you can use this code only once. You cannot use this code anywhere of your program or you're thinking, and I know you're thinking you can copy the code and use whenever you want to use, but it's not a solution. This will create a mess. So in this place, the Python functions come in place. With the help of the functions, you can use your code anywhere in your program. So to create a function, we use a def. Okay, now after the def, we use the name of the functions. So let's suppose I want the average function, so I calling my function name is average. Okay, parenthesis is very needy with the function name, and after we need to add semicolons. Okay, now in this parenthesis I need to pass the parameters. Now parameters are the values come from the user. Alright, so let's suppose parameter will be num1 and num2. You can give your parameter by your name. So these parameters are the variables. Num1 and num2 are the variables. So when you write the parameter name, this will be converted into the variable and requires some space in the RAM. Alright, okay, now in the indentation I want num1 plus num2 and divided by the total numbers, which is 2. Okay, now we're gonna call our functions by writing the average, which is the name of our function, and then parentheses, and now in this parentheses we pass the value. Let's suppose I want the average of 4 and 5. Now when I pass the 4 and 5 value, this will go upward, and now definition, which is called the functions, will run, and average num1 and num2 will be the parameter will be changed into from 4 and 5. Now num1 has a value 4 and num2 has a value of 5. Now this is going to print num1 plus num2 and divided by 2, which is 4 plus 5 and divided by 2. So let's see the result. Okay, we get 6.5. Now, so we get a 6.5, the answer, which is the average, right? So if I change the value to anything 9, let's suppose, and see the result, it's going to print 8.5. So what if I add a third value? Let's see what will happen. Okay, this will give you an error because there are only 2 parameters and we are passing a third one. So this will create a mess. Okay, so this is how you can create functions. Alright, now in this video we are going to learn about the parameter and arguments. I have noticed that some of my students does not know about what are the parameters and arguments. Alright, so this video is for you, but if you know what are the parameters and arguments, then you can skip this video. So let's get started learning. I'm going to make a simple function which is the squaring of a number. Let's create def square, and in this parenthesis I'm going to add, let's suppose I want a number from the user, right? Okay, let's create indentation. Now in this indentation I need to print out the square number. Let's say number multiplied by number. Alright, okay, so let's call our function down there, square, and so let's suppose I'm gonna enter 6. Okay, so let's see what is argument and what is parameter now. Now the parameters are the variables that have been created on the time of declaring functions. These are called the variables. You can add multiple variables here. We know that you can add multiple parameters, number 2, right? And the arguments are the passing value into these variables. So when I call the function and I pass a value in it, that means I'm passing an argument in it. Alright, so that means I'm passing an argument in it. So these are called the parameters and arguments. So when I pass argument and it's going to the parameter variable and this is going to process it and output it in our console screen. So let's see the example. I'm gonna print it out and we get 36. 6 multiplied by 6 is 36. So this is called the parameters and arguments. I hope you understand what are the parameter and what are the arguments. Every programming language follow these rules. The parameter and arguments are same for every programming language. It must be same for the C++, JavaScript, and etc. So I hope you will practice these argument and parameters so you never forget about this. And also, happy coding. Alright, in this video we are going to learn about the return keyword. Now the return keyword is used in Python programming language to return function results. Okay, so let's start learning. Okay, I'm going to give you a simple example which will help you to understand the return keyword. I'm going to make a function, def, and the function name will be the marks because I'm going to calculate the marks percentage of a student. And parenthesis, now in this parenthesis, I need that user should be enter their obtained marks and enter their total marks. Alright, semicolon, and now in indentation, we will write our return keyword. So I just write return, and now return will have a parenthesis too. So in this parenthesis, I will return the result, the calculation of this function. So I want the percentage of the marks, right? So the formula is obtained divided by total marks and multiplied by 100. Alright, so let's go down and call our function. I'm going to make a result variable which will save marks. And now in this mark parenthesis, we want that user will enter their marks. Okay, so let's make an obtained variable, and in this obtained I use an input to take input from the user, alright, and enter your obtained marks. Enter your obtained marks. Okay, now makes a total marks variable, input again, and in this input I will enter your total marks. Okay, so I just created obtain and total variables and a result variable which will print out the result of the total marks percentage. So now in this marks percentage, we will write the parameters. Now the parameter will be the obtain and the total marks because we have the input obtain and input of total. So one mistake is that when the user enters the marks, it will save into the string form because the obtain is a string form right now. So we're going to change it to integer. Let's change it to integer. Perfect. Alright, so we get our obtained marks and total marks. So when the parameter paused here, they will go upward and the marks will be calculated here, and then it will return. It will not gonna print it. So return keyword is used to return the result. Now when they return the result will go back again to there. Now this will be exchanged to the result we get from here. Alright, so we're gonna print out and let's see the result. What will happen? Okay, enter your obtained marks. Let's suppose my obtained mark will be 901 and the total marks will be 1100. Okay, we get 82.63%. That's not bad. So this is how the Python keyword works. So let's explain what will happen here. So first of all, the obtained marks will be input and total marks will input also. And after that, the function will be called here. Now when the function called, it goes upward to the functions, and the return obtained is divided by total and then multiplied by 100. So this value is changed by the result. Now it don't gonna print it out. So this return means go back. So it's go back the result to there, and this change and this thing is changed with the result. Now we get 82.63 here, and this 82.63 is gonna save into the result and print out by the print statement. So I hope you like this class, and I hope you will practice the function.